everyone, and welcome to Letty Does Playing Lone Wolf, The Huntress, Echoes of Eternity Part 3. I filmed parts 2 through 4 of this Let's Play all in one go, and this clip that you're watching marks the beginning of Part 3. If you haven't seen Part 2 yet, you should probably go watch that first, and you can find the link for that over in this video's PeerTube description. With that, let's get started. Huntress, can you stop being so gay for 5 minutes so that we can fucking do something? Falling in love with all the women that you see. Okay. Well, I've gained knowledge of the Faceless. I need to... Why are you looking at me like that? Go here. The Faceless. Okay. And we will, of course, leap down and defend the girl. So, defend. That's 29. You leap from the balcony to land in front of the girl and with deft fingers rip away the bolas. Run! You shout to her, and she obeys without question. Then the crowd is on you. You try to fight, but the people are strong and numerous. They wrestle you easily to the ground, not even bothering to take away your weapons. This one is sick, the Faceless declares. Can't we help her? Yes, help her, the crowd intones. How can we help her? Give her the medicine, the crowd says in unison. Again, the crowd parts, and the white-gloved woman approaches, smiling serenely. She holds a glistening, wet egg over you. Hands force open your mouth. Drops of fluid, which smell like slightly sour milk, drip down over your face. Then the egg is pressed between your lips, and you taste something sickly sweet and slightly salty. Panic takes over your rational mind. The world grows dim. Add to your action chart knowledge of the taste of medicine. Turn to 50. The last time that we heard a description for slightly sour milk is like talking about the kunai parasite wiggling inside of you, I think. So, is this more of that? Oh no, they say it's white liquid? No, sickly sweet, slightly salty. Okay, well, you can't give me the kunai parasite, I already have it. Joke's on you. I guess I've just passed out. Darkness, then suddenly light. Groaning, you blink past sand-crusted eyes. You are on a wide stretch of white beach, the surf at your back. The horizon stretches The horizon stretches on as far as you can see, broken only by an onion-shaped rock, home to about 1,000 ravens, it seems, jutting out of the ocean a mile offshore. But all is not well. The waves are a bloody red, the sun is sickly and orange, and hangs too low in the sky, as though Kai is falling to earth. Yet instead of warmth, you feel only cold. For a few seconds to take all of this in. Then you leap up, remembering everything that happened. Except, did it happen? You turn, and sure enough, the black-haired girl is there. She panics at your sudden movement and bolts, heading for the city that lay beyond her. You have seen this all already. You check your body for wounds, bruises, broken bones. All of the injuries you took during your time in the doomed city are nothing more than painfully vivid memories. Though you feel like you just emerged from the ocean half drowned, set your current endurance to your storm endurance, then draw an X at the top of your action chart. At certain times throughout the adventure, you may be told to add another X. There is no limit to the number of X's you can have here. The waves crash around you, spilling dead fish and mollusks at your feet. You flee the water, heading for the city, turn to 63. I had to stop for a second because I was like, haven't I read this before? And then I had to look down at my chart and I was like, I don't see the number. Put an X at the top of your action chart. Is this a death counter? No way. Oh. Oh, that's hilarious. Echoes of Eternity, huh? Well, maybe... I don't know. We'll have to see. It'll be pretty funny if I started the infinite death counter just one book sooner than I was supposed to start the infinite death counter. Because I spent a lot of time trying to save Faricia. Well, technically I had the death counter since book 1, but it hasn't been like used that much. But the fact that it says there is no limit to the number of X's you can have here is like, Anyway, my endurance is already my storm endurance. Let's just see how this goes. Stumbling through the city's sandy-hued streets, you try to resolve the questions spinning through your mind. It is hard enough to navigate the chaotic layout of the megapolis, but now your brain is also struggling to reconcile having seen all this before. A quake will crack a street in your memory just before it happens in life. You know as you pass a certain building that a flower pot will fall from its balcony, and a moment later it smashes open at your feet. And now a bell begins to toll, you think, a second before it does, sending its hollow, dolorous gonging throughout the air. You look to your left and see Destiny's Boulevard just as you knew you would, littered with abandoned carts full of goods, children's toys left unattended, lined by empty doorways and windows. If you were told to record the hedge maze in your knowledge section, add the number next to it to this section and turn to the result. Otherwise, do you wish to explore Destiny's Boulevard? Turn to 11. Do you wish to follow the sound of the bell? Turn to 204. What? What are you talking about? Okay. Well, little stretch. Going to the sound of the bell, I ended up dead. Maybe I should take, like, can I even buy anything? Is everyone just crazy? Oh my gosh, is there not a shop I can spend all my hard-earned money in? The one time I remembered to, like, go buy stuff. Let's go to Destiny's Boulevard, since apparently the other path leads to death. And I don't know if I'll get a chance to buy anything. Will it matter if I just reset? Wait, if I reset, do I also reset my EP? Because if I'm just dying and coming back to life in the same place where I started, do I still have all my items? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, let's go to 11. I'll just do what it tells me. Destiny's Boulevard leads you past more abandoned carts to a huge pavilion set on an outcropping of stone overhanging the beach 1,000 feet below. The pavilion's arching roof is held up by several thick pillars carved to look like tree trunks, with jungle vines and flowering plants running up them. If it wasn't all of the same golden stone as the rest of the city, you would think the flowers and vines were real. As you approach the pavilion, you see someone. He is a tall man with sun-kissed skin, standing with his back to you, facing one of the pillars. He is banging his head against the pillar in a broken, monotonous rhythm, hard enough that each slow, wet thwack makes your stomach clench. Beyond the pavilion, another road heads deeper into the city. Do you wish to approach this man? Turn to 249. Or do you think it best to move on? Turn to 62. Am I just interacting with a bunch of crazy people? Sure, let's say hi. Let's go to the guy. Why not? Yeah, excuse me. I am here to buy your wares. I have coin, for in that I am not lacking. Oh, this is really, really back out there. Okay. The man does not answer when you call out to him in Vaqueros, but when you put a hand on his shoulder, he allows you to turn him around. His face is red with blood, and one eye bulges from its socket where he has caved in his skull. His lips move, forcing out slurred words. She's in my head. Can you hear her? I can't get her out. I want her out, but she's in so deep. So saying, he takes a shuddering breath and turns back to the pillar. Soon the soft smack of skin and bones breaking resumes. There is nothing you can do for this man. You back away and run down the street. Turn to 62. Okay. Never mind. Well, at least I didn't die. I just wanted to see what was up. 62. The tolling of the bell still sends a doleful song through the empty streets. The bleeding sun casts an unnatural luminance that reminds you of twilight. Every few minutes a quake shakes the mountain, cracking buildings and sending dust raining over you. You wander, uncertain of where you are going, with anxiety digging an ever deeper pit in your gut. As you go, you may take some items from the crates and carts if you wish. Enough food for one meal. A torch takes up 2 slots in your backpack. A child's toy backpack item. When a man comes running up the street, you startle and duck into a nearby doorway. He is old with wrinkled skin and a white beard and long hair that encircle his face like a mane. After him come 3 young women, tall and graceful as cats. He runs out of breath and turns to face them in the middle of the road, while they fan out and surround him. Do you not recognize me? The old man gasps. Jenny, Leticia, Fen, please, I do not wish to harm you. In response, the 3 women open their mouths and in unison speak one word, heretic. Then they draw knives from within the folds of their flower-patterned saris and advance on the man. If you rush to assist this stranger, or if you have knowledge of the little thief, turn to 182. If you stay where you are, turn to 229. I'll help him. Because that's probably the, that's probably more of that lady that gave me the medicine, right? Because they say cat-like reflexes and that they're tall. Okay. Help, stranger. Oh, help, stranger. Also, let's see. What can I take? I technically can take the torch, but I have a glow bottle already, so I don't think I need to. So I will take 1 meal and the child's toy. Meal. It's just a toy, isn't it? Why do I need to specify it's a child's toy? As opposed to like an adult toy. Are we talking massagers here? Help, stranger. Plus meal. Plus toy. Okay, and... Ooh. Let's go to 182. You leave the doorway and rush towards the group. You are 10 feet away when the old man turns his head skyward and lets out a piercing scream at a pitch and volume you have only ever heard come out of the throats of hawks. From out of the blackening sky, an answering cry is made. Diving from above comes a raven, larger than a horse, with feathers the color of stone at night, and a beak sharp as a spear. It lands in a frenzy of slashing talons. Blood splatters across the yellow stone, and 2 of the women fall. The 3rd woman tries to dart around the bird, stabbing for the old man, but the beak catches her in the chest, puncturing her heart. All 3 are dead before you can cross 40 paces. Skidding to a halt, you stand there stunned, your hands still raised for the attack. The raven's head flicks in your direction, and it cries a challenge, spreading its wings so wide they block out the dying sun. Do you have knowledge of the faceless? If so, turn to 2. If not, turn to 40. And this is the artwork for that. Why can't I win? Every time I'm trying to help someone, I die. Is that the moral of this book? Never help no one. Well, I do have knowledge of the faceless. I don't know if they're going to kill me for that, but... I hope not. And then this is the man. Okay. Help. Let's do that then. A little girl needs our help, you shout to the man as the raven advances on you. The people have taken her hostage at the halls of supremacy. The raven halts at a single word from the man, but it continues to eye you, tilting its head judgmentally. Tell me more, the man says. Be quick. They are trying to force some kind of medicine upon her. It is not medicine, the man says sharply. The raven senses his anger, crying out a challenge to you and raising its wings menacingly. But the man calms the bird by stroking the feathers of its neck, each one long as your arm. My name is Rivan, he says, and I was once a fervent, a follower of Ven Thusias, as everyone else here. But now I know better. I know the truth. So saying, he leaps astride the bird. Meet me at the halls of supremacy, he tells you, and then he is gone, lifted into the sky with 4 mighty beats of the raven's wings. Add knowledge of Master of Ravens to your action chart and head for the halls of supremacy. Turn to 204. He didn't kill me! And I think he wants to help, unless this is some elaborate trap. But he's got a giant bird! And the bird gives him rides. I want a giant bird. Well, I guess they don't call him the Master of Ravens for nothing. I am not a Master of Ravens. But wouldn't that be awesome if I go back to Desai on a giant bird? That's so cool. I'm going to need to organize my knowledge chart more because I don't know, I wasn't expecting having this much knowledge. Hi, child. How you doing? 204. Oh, wait, I already read this? Yes, I have already read this. Okay. But now, have knowledge. And that means we're going to 112. Once again, the Faceless appears at the tower, and the bell silences to let him speak. At first you do not pay attention, for you are focused on the moment when the girl will arrive. But then you hear that the speech is not quite the same as before. Friends, fellow citizens of Voltac, the Faceless says in his growl of a voice, Ventusias brought us to this paradise, not only so that we may have a beautiful land to call our own, but to escape the death that awaited the rest of the world. The death that Kai and Ashir had abandoned us to. But that does not mean that all are grateful. Today we have learned there are enemies in our midst. Beware those who do not look like us. Beware those who do not sing the praises of Ventusias. Beware those who do not take their medicine. Beware, the crowd repeats. Beware. And know this, interloper, the Faceless concludes, running his blank stare across the crowd. We shall find you. At that moment you hear shouts from below. The girl is brought into the courtyard, and from here you watch things play out exactly as before. Soon she has escaped from her brother and is running through the gang of people. Quickly you locate the man who is destined to stop her. He is standing just below your balcony, weighing the bolus in his hand. If you have knowledge of Master of Ravens, turn to 184. If not, but you have Dansanthi Car and a dagger or the Boris hand cannon and shot left and wish to use it, turn to 46. Otherwise, turn to 69. Nice. Missing an N right there, I believe. But yes. I do have the knowledge. So this is the artwork of them. Does that mean that they remember everything too? Or are they just saying in general? Like, am I the interloper? Or do they just mean we will find you? I do have the knowledge. Ah, lovely. Yes, yes, yes. I know that guy. Okay. What? Oh, okay. I know. I got confused because I was on this page before. And I saw that guy. Oh, they line up. That's pretty cool. A piercing cry signals the arrival of Rivan and his raven. They dive from the sky, followed by a flock of smaller birds. The birds attack the crowd, the flapping of their wings beating the air like war drums. The great raven has picked out the danger to the girl. It snatches the man about to throw his bolas and swoops him into the sky, releasing him over the edge of the mountain. Another man reaches for the girl, but you charge down the stairs and stop him with a blow to his throat. The girl runs past you and disappears down the street. 3 blasts of green fire leap from the crowd and strike the underside of Rivan's raven. The bird cries out in pain and falls, trailing smoke and feathers. Rivan is thrown from its back, and the 2 of them land in the midst of the crowd, who close in around them, shouting inarticulate sounds of rage. You have no chance to see what happens to them, for they are not the only ones the crowd is focused on. Through the press of people steps an 8-foot-tall man with arms so long the knuckles drag on the ground. He is so bulging with muscle that he has become an obscenity. He is barely contained by a linen vest and tunic, midriff bulging against a wide belt. His eyes are rolled back in his sparsely haired head, so all you can see are the whites, and he wears a glass mask over his nose and mouth. Tubes run into it from a tank on his back, fueling the mask with an unidentified grayish bubbling liquid. You run away, and the mutant gives chase, running on all fours, propelling himself with massive hands the way a gorilla would. Turn to 149. Oh no, I just wanted to help. And now, I hope Ravon is going to be okay. And his raven. I find it funny that all the other smaller ravens also decide to, square up as well. Okay. What? Oh, wrong number, wrong direction. Leaving the courtyard, you change direction and dart down a side street, darkened by bridges arcing overhead. The grunts of your pursuer are loud and getting louder, while the bridges above crack and rain down golden dust. You are almost past when one of them collapses entirely. You put on an extra burst of speed and throw yourself out of the alley, narrowly avoiding being crushed to death. You get to your feet and quickly glance over the rubble in time to see your pursuer pulling himself up over the fallen bridge with disturbing ease. You force yourself to ignore the stitch in your side and start running again, and have just turned the corner on the next street, Fernway Walk, when you find yourself facing a gigantic garden dominated by a hedge maze that stretches for several city blocks. Panting, you head for it, hoping to lose your pursuer in the maze's twists and turns. Add knowledge of hedge mage 51 in your action chart. Then pick a number from the random number table. If you have the brand of wisdom or the art of thieves' touch, add 1 for each that you have. If the total is 0 to 5, turn to 128. If the total is 6 or higher, turn to 201. Okay. Sure. Let's mark that down. Yeah, I definitely need to organize my knowledge chart better. Not right now, though. That would be boring to record. Okay. And then I need to roll. It's a 5. And I have the brand of wisdom. It's a 6. Yes! Thank you. I don't even know what would have happened or if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I can only assume. And if the higher numbers are a good thing, though. Okay, so I filmed parts 2 through 4 of this Let's Play all in one go, and this clip marks the end of part 3. Stay tuned for part 4, and that's all I got for you for now. So get out there, do all the stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye!